Hey guys, Stitches here, and it's officially been 5 years since the upload of my first video on this channel. This is the day I consider my fifth anniversary of my YouTube channel, and yeah, this is kind of crazy that I've been doing this for half a decade. And it's been pretty fun. It has its rough parts, but overall, I think it's very lucky that I get the opportunity to do this in the way that I do. I feel like I put a lot of effort forth into what I do. I always try to like push myself to the limits, make content the best I can, make the most I can at a given time while still providing a quality experience. There are some times where like I feel like content has dropped throughout it, like quality drops throughout a series just so that way I can do more of it at a time, just because it's like, oh, well, if I don't do more of it at a time, I'm not going to end up doing all the content I want. So, there's stuff like that. I know I already released a video today, talking about, um, like how me and Nate were talking together about how, like, did, how we feel about content, but I kind of wanted to talk more one on one with you guys about it to just kind of, I don't know, get stuff off my chest. um I've been doing this long enough that I'm currently making a change in my life to try to make this more available for me to do. I've always kind of had issues dedicating time to YouTube, but I'm going to a point where I think that I will be able to integrate YouTube a lot better into my life than I did previously. YouTube kind of is just one of those things where like I've wanted to do daily uploads for a while, and it's been very hard. And like even in this situation where like I've gotten to a point where I can do daily uploads, like it's not without its scrapes and like bumps. Like just this past week I wasn't able to upload weekly due to a lot of stuff going on and just not having the time. Like when you're not really sure when you're getting off work because of the nature of your job, it's kind of hard to coordinate actual like scheduling for times and stuff regarding things like this. Um yeah, by the way, I don't know if you guys are staring at a black screen or not, or if I actually have like a drawing done for this, but Um how do I feel about all this personally? Um I feel I feel good about the work I've done, and the fact that there are people who have actually come out in the comments and said like, "Hey, you have brought joy to my life, even if it was just for a day, even if it was just for 30 minutes, even if it was just for 5 minutes." That's all I can really ask for. A lot of my life I've felt like I don't really provide much to other people. I've always kind of felt like my presence is a burden to other people. And I feel like if I do provide value to people, it's purely transactional, like I'm a tool of some kind, or I don't necessarily like make people's lives better because like when I walk in the room, they're like, "Hey, it's Trayson." And yeah, that's right. I'm using my real name for this because it's that personal. But I've never really felt like I walk into a room and people are like, "Hey guys, look, it's Trayson. Hey Trayson, come over here." It's always like, "Oh, it's Trayson. He's here." Like it feels more like an observation rather than being like oh, we wanted this. But whenever I make a YouTube video and I see like my YouTube video got a like, even if it's just one, or someone leaves a nice comment on my video, you know, or they're like, I've been waiting for you to do this, or like, you know, I've so excited to watch this video, or, you know, just any sort of positive comment where they're like, hey, you made my day better. Like, you improved my life by doing what you do. It's one of those things where I feel like doing something for me doesn't negatively impact the people around me. And that's something special that I feel like you don't get everywhere. Well, damn, that kind of started on a sad note. I didn't mean for it to sound so sad, but it's just like, it's the truth. It's supposed to be happy. Like, it's supposed to be me being like, I'm in a much happier place now because I feel like everyone, you know, I feel more appreciated by the community now than I ever have in the past. Now, there are a few things I kind of wanted to announce that I'm trying to work on, which is I wanted to, for my anniversary, do some sort of project. I know I've been very bad about these projects in the past, but for my anniversary, I've kind of wanted to do more in regards to these projects of just just like talking about or just like talking about different things relating to me. Uh so one of the projects I'm currently working on is an inspiration journal. This inspiration journal will be me giving potentially short, they're potentially going to be like shorter form videos just talking about how different people inspired me, and you know, talking about how different people inspired me, and like how they contributed to the creation of this channel. And these won't be limited to like people as well. It'll be like, how do I explain this? It's like people, games, and like when I say people, I mean like both people YouTube wise and people non YouTube wise. Um, you know, like I do want to like talk about like the contributions, and like some of them might surprise you, some of them might not, and some of them might be cringe. But, you know, I want to do that so that way it can give you guys more of a personal understanding of who Sitches Johnson is, who I am as like a person, and just kind of being like, I don't know, doing something special, because I'm not really sure all the stuff I could actually do especially well. Not really sure all the stuff I could do like especially well to do like a 5th anniversary. It's like I can't really do like a 5th anniversary charity stream. Like I don't have a big enough following to do anything like grandiose, like charity streams, or you know, like other things. Like, well, there's charity streams for one, but like I can't do like these super big like live streams or whatever. Speaking of live streams, I actually haven't been doing it just because like I'm having problems with my internet lately. I had to like reset it earlier today. But yeah, I just kind of like, don't know what to do for the 5th anniversary content. I don't even know what to do as like a celebration in real life. Like, it's just kind of like a weird time to try to celebrate, and I'm not really sure if it's like something that everybody around me would want to celebrate. So, but what else is there to really say? There are like people, unfortunately, who can't see me do this. Like, one of those people is my grandma who passed away a few years ago. Um, I kind of like always told her that I wanted to do YouTube, and while she said like it shouldn't be your main job, I feel like she was always kind of like the most supportive of it, being like, you are a great person and you should share that with people. So, unfortunately, like she passed away due to I don't even remember what it was specifically. It was like, I think it was like a liver failure problem or a kidney failure. I want to say it was issues relating to like chemotherapy, like it was a chemo related issue. Because she did have cancer, but she didn't like die of cancer. She just died of like a complication that can happen due to chemotherapy and like radiotherapy. But I miss her every day, and it's one of those things where like, you know, once someone's gone, like they don't come back. Like once someone has passed on, they don't like you can't see them again. Like one thing that kind of still fucks me up is that my grandmother left me her car in her will, which I wasn't even sure she had a will, but she left her car to me. And I've been, honestly, in my opinion, I've been kind of a piece of shit. Like, I still don't have my driver's license. So like only recently have I been driving the car more. But like, I wasn't ready to drive mentally when I got it, and I feel like the idea of driving my grandmother's car kind of like got in the way a little bit, along with other problems I had. But it's, I don't really know what else to really say about it. But as much as like I've lost people in my life, I've also gained a lot of new friends in my life throughout the years. Um, one of which is my friend Comey. I've mentioned her quite a bit. She does art. I think if there is an art on screen right now, I think her OC Lumi is actually featured in it. Just depends on really if I have it or not. But you know, she's been a good friend to me, and like we haven't exactly been the most like we haven't exactly been able to do like all the stuff we want together, but when we do end up doing stuff together, it's always been a treat. She's helped a lot with the channel. She literally helped me build this channel's branding, and while it's not perfect, it's, you know, it's more than I could ask for in a lot of regards. And you know, she's a wonderful person and a wonderful friend. There's also my friend Amber. I don't really talk about her a whole lot, but her, I believe her username is Pandemornia on Twitch. Um her and I are actually, I don't know if she's ever talked about me on stream, probably not because I'm not super notable, but her and I are like pretty decent friends. We've been friends before in the past. We only recently started talking again. Uh I think randomly out of nowhere I reached out and like said happy Pride Month and like randomly popped in their stream. It wasn't that anything like negative happened between us, but it's like, you know, sometimes you forget to talk to people and then you have like a hey Shadow, long time no see moment. So, you know, it's like that. But there's of course Nate, my best friend in the whole wide world. You know, Nate's probably my ride or die. I feel like we would do almost anything for each other at this point. I mean, there are times I forget that like Nate isn't like, Nate almost feels like a brother to me sometimes. He was like a brother to me. Um we met in middle school in like a gym class and just kind of started talking cuz I feel like we were both kind of like um the overweight non-social kids, and we just kind of started talking. I remember at that time I was really desperate for a friend. I don't know if I've ever told him that personally or directly, but I think like if there was ever a time that I felt like the most lonely, it was around the time that we became friends. So he helped rectify that. And, you know, throughout middle school and like high school, like I had a lot of rough moments that I feel like he was with me for. So, you know, and I remember there was a point in time where I was even worried that we wouldn't be friends anymore because I transferred schools very briefly in high school. Um, which like I shouldn't have because like the transfer fucked up so much of my high school transcript, but you know, um I guess there's my partner. I don't like to talk about them too much in my videos because we both kind of want to give them privacy. It's even to the point where like I don't think I've ever even revealed my partner's like true, any part of their true identity on this channel, like not even a first name. But you know, they're obviously supporting me right from my side, usually like a good 90% of the time. They call me out on my bullshit. I remember there was one video idea I had semi recently where I came up with it and then they were kind of like trying to instruct me on the tact about discussing it, and I remember we got into a fight about it. They were mad at me for about a day, but then eventually, you know, we got over it. We got through it. They've been, you know, very supportive about the YouTube thing. They've never had tried to make me pick between being Stitches Johnson or their partner. So, you know, it's one of those things where I feel like I'm very grateful to have them as a partner. And, you know, well, like, nothing bad has really happened in our relationship. Like, you know, I hope we can continue to be partners for the foreseeable future as long as, you know, things permitted, like we can walk on the same path. I hope we can. Who else do I want to thank? I want to thank my dad. Uh my dad's been a very big factor in my YouTube channel stuff. Once he saw that I was actually taking the YouTube stuff seriously, he tried his best to contribute to me. He got me my first like quality mic that I still use to this day, being this what is this called? What is this mic called? Hold on. This JLab Talk Go, which like it isn't the best microphone, but I feel like it's a good baseline microphone. You can get it on a budget. And, you know, I feel like it's a good mic. I can't say I've had too many problems with it because I actually don't know if I've ever had a problem with this mic specifically. The only issues is sometimes it disconnects when my computer boots back up. But I think that's more of an issue with like my computer initializing connected devices. Um my dad, you know, also allowed me to move into his house after I had a pretty big fight with my mom. Like he, you know, like we always had a talk about it, but he's always understood how my mom can be. My mom isn't exactly like the greatest person. Like I think she's like an okay person, but she just does really stupid shit sometimes. It runs in her family, I feel like, in her side of my family. And when I say stupid shit, I mean like really stupid shit. But, you know, he's always understood kind of how she could be. And, like, you know, my parents have been divorced for a long time now. I feel like since I was like 9-ish years old, or since I was like maybe 10 or 11, they've been like officially split up. I don't know how long they've been officially divorced for legally, because there was a period of time where they just didn't pay to get divorced because it was like really inconvenient because they had to go back to a very specific office to like get it handled, and it was like out of the way. But that's neither here nor there. My dad, like, he let me move into his house after I got into this big argument with my mom. He's always tried to provide a space for me so that way I can do YouTube stuff. Like, even before I was sleeping down here in the basement, like there was always a space for my there was always kind of a space, you know, for my computer down here. He helped me build my first computer. He helped me proof check it to make sure all the parts were compatible based on Newegg's spec talk. He actually showed me how to assemble the computer, so now, like, in the future, I know what I'm looking at. He's always tried to be patient with me, understanding that I'm basically, you know, a smaller him. Well, I don't know about smaller anymore. I weigh more than him, and I'm pretty sure I'm taller than him now, so. But you know what I mean, like, I'm just a younger him in a lot of regards. Like, I suffer from a lot of the same anxiety problems that he does. I, tend to overthink shit sometimes, and he understands. And, I appreciate my dad, and I don't think I could ask for, like, a dad more suited to the situation we've been put in life. There's my stepmom. I want to thank her. She actually gave me the courage to eventually move out of my mom's house. And my stepmom and I, we don't see eye to eye on everything. And I feel like we annoy each other pretty fucking heavily sometimes with the way we approach shit. But she, I can't ever say that I like hate her or anything. Like, I love her. She's my stepmom. She was, in a lot of regards, where my mom failed. I feel like she stepped up. I guess, like, that's kind of the joke, like the mom who stepped up, stepmom. But, I feel like she's contributed pretty heavily to my life. I say, like, I don't know why I say it so uncertain. She literally makes sure that I have food in my stomach every day for, like, at least 2 meals. So, even though I'm 21 years old and I've, like, had more than enough money to in my paycheck to afford food, I feel like she, like, even today, actually, like, today there was a situation where um she messaged me and was like, "Hey, we're having Subway for dinner." And I didn't see it, and then I'm like, "Oh, I didn't see the message." And I said, like, SMH, and she's like, "Well, I got you this meatball pepperoni sub that I know you like," and I wasn't even expecting her to get me anything if I didn't text back. Not only that, but, like, when I said, like, "I'm sorry I didn't see your text," she's like, "I just assumed you were asleep." I'm like, I feel like there are a lot of families where if they order out, they assume when someone's asleep, they're like, "Well, you were asleep, so we didn't know if you wanted anything." I always feel like that's kind of like a douchebag move to do that. So I'm very thankful that she does that. Um, I also want to thank, I guess, my mom. Well, like, me and my mom, we've had, like, a rough patch. I feel like things between us have gotten better in life. And, you know, while she definitely has made a lot of mistakes, I feel like she's trying, at least in some regards, to be a better person nowadays. And, she had a near death experience that, like, kind of changed things for her. I say near death, I don't know how severe it was, but she was in, like, a motorbike accident, so I consider that a near death experience because she got pretty badly injured from it. So, you know, she has tried to improve herself and be supportive of me. Um, she still, like, tries to assure me that I'm her son, and even, like, has come out and actually said for once that she's proud of me. Something she, I feel like, would never do in the past, or at least if she did it in the past, it would have felt hollow. But now it actually feels genuine. And, like, while we've lived very separate lives and have for a while, like, I hope that she can find comfort on the path in life that she's chosen to walk. I also want to thank my stepdad for I want to thank him for, marrying my mom, um having a kid with her. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but I actually have a half sister. I won't say her name on the channel though, because I don't know if that's like for privacy reasons. I don't think I should say. But you know, my stepdad's been there for my mom. He also, we have like a joint Steam, like a Steam family thing where there's a lot of games that I feel like I wouldn't have even tried if he wasn't uh if he wasn't there. So, you know, who else? Who else can I think? I can't think of like anyone else specifically that I would like get into, so I guess like those are the people I can thank. There are other people I would thank as well. Um on like a personal level. This is more of a personal thanks, but this is more of like a personal like family based thanks as well. Like this isn't really me being like, I want to thank Markiplier and Sugar Conroy and Nakatalili. Like this isn't really the time for that. And yeah, that's really it. So I guess look forward to the little inspiration journal series that I'm doing. I'm hoping to have it all done by my anniversary, 5th anniversary, but there is like, you know, there are other things that I have to do, so I'm just, you know, I'm hoping, excuse me. I'm hoping that, you know, I can have all that done. So, go check out that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button. You should also subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications, leave a comment. You should check out the links in the description below. There's links to my Blue Sky, Twitter, and Twitch pages. There's also a link to my Ko-Fi page where for $3 a month you can get early or exclusive access to content. And yeah, we'll see you guys in a different video.